Hello, Philippine accountants, bookkeepers, and potential CPAs. Joe DeChara coming to you live from downtown Metro Manila for another Friday evening interview with one of our star students. And right now, I'm waiting for her to enter the backstage. But in the meantime, what I'd like to do is I'd like to talk a little bit about our Jumpstart community because we have some really big things coming up. I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag yet, but I can tell you it's going to be a lot of special surprises, a lot of special features, things that nobody else out there is or can offer to people that Philippine accountants, not just regular people, not just everyday people from anywhere. Specifically, Jumpstart is for Philippine accountants, bookkeepers, and anyone actually that is thinking about a career in freelance accounting. So you don't even have to have any experience, which is pretty cool. And if you know my story, if you've watched the testimonial of my mom, who actually started from scratch with no prior bookkeeping experience at 65, and she started her own remote working career, and she worked with not only worked with me, but she helped me run my practice for over 15 years. So she decided to retire when I started doing Bedrock, because we were totally changing everything, the software, the type of client we were going to, how we were doing things. And she decided to go out and start her own Etsy store. So if you want to see what mom is doing now, all you got to do is go to Etsy, Saduki.com. I'm going to put it here in the chat, www.saduki.com. And where they came up with the name is my sister Tina, her given name is Tina, decided to change her name, which a lot of people started doing. I never heard of this in my life. But she decided to start calling herself Sid. And I guess it was one of those turning points in her life where she didn't want to be known as Tina anymore. And so now she wants to be called Sid. And my mom's name is Cookie. So they did a joint venture. My mom lives with my sister in New Mexico now, and they called it Saduki. And what she does handcrafted stuff. It's really pretty cool. Right now, she's making gnomes for Christmas stuff. It's really a hobby. It's really a hobby. But because of the way the IRS is going after even people like my mom that have a hobby, we had to create a corporation for her, believe it or not. So my mom, who is now 84, she's going to be 85 in February, is still going strong, running her own. Not only the online store, but they do shows. They do shows. So mom is an inspiration to me and a lot of our students, because we just had a 13-week graduation, and a number of students said that hearing my mom tell her story about how she started working with me inspired them. It inspired them. So if you're one of those people with no experience, maybe you're older, maybe you're ready to start a new career, you can do it. You can do it. And Jumpstart is the place where it can all begin. Now, if you're at the other end of the spectrum, which you already have an established agency, maybe you have 40, 50, 60, even 80 clients, all based in the Philippines, and you want to upscale by tapping into the enormous opportunity in the US market, Jumpstart is for you. And if you're somewhere in between, Jumpstart is for you. So here's the bottom line. Who is Jumpstart for? Anyone that wants to start a career as a freelancer or as a remote worker, and I'll tell you what the difference is. Jumpstart is for you. So we have a free community, completely free. Right now, it's exclusively on Facebook. All you have to do is go to Facebook and do a search for Jumpstart freelancers or whatever. I can't do the link right now. I don't have access. But the Facebook group is free, and we're doing something really cool. We're trying to ensure that if something happens with Facebook, with how they monitor and police the groups, we're going to have a second platform on our own, let's say, platform, our membership site. So we're going to have the Facebook group where people can come in for free. And then we're also going to have the membership site, which is going to be separate from Facebook. And the reason why we need to do that is we don't trust Facebook, to be honest. Not that we don't trust them, but their algorithms change. They can ban anybody at any time with no apparent reason. They banned one of my friends. A lot of people know her. I don't want to mention who she is because I don't know if she would appreciate that. But they banned her with no explanation. She appealed, and it turned out that they said that she was posting too much. Oh my God, I never heard that somebody can actually post too much. Well, good thing is she appealed, and it took her less than a day and she got it back. But I don't want to jeopardize this growing community because it's too valuable. Right now we have about 1,700 members in the group, and we've been listening to people. We started this group, actually it started just as an event. It started as me coming here to meet my team members, believe it or not. And it just grew into the Jumpstart One. And, lives were changed in that first Jumpstart event. It was the first time Coach Yan spoke publicly. I didn't know that because she nailed it. Then we had Jumpstart 2, which was another big event, and it created a lot of positive energy. And we decided from that event to start the community. And then we had Jumpstart 3, which was another great event. But the fact is that, here's the fact. I didn't wake up one day and say, oh, let's start this community. It sort of just evolved. And it's pretty cool to see something that really takes on a life of its own. And that's what I believe Jumpstart is. And hello, Deck. And Deck is one of our followers. She's part of the community. And Deck, I was just talking about, the upcoming changes. We talk to our members all the time. If you're not familiar with what we do, we have a webinar every week. We bring in world-class speakers like Larry Broughton. This week we have Jack Cantos coming in, young, successful agency owner. I think he has over 200 clients. So I'm looking forward to hearing Jack. He spoke at our second Jumpstart event, and he's got a really interesting story because, people see success. They see people like Larry Broughton, who ran a $250 million hotel empire, international speaker, entrepreneur of the year, big deal. I mean, he's a big deal. They don't know all the trials and tribulations that go along with becoming successful. It's not like you wake up one day and all of a sudden you're successful. It For everybody. I don't care if you're Elon Musk or Joe DiChara. Okay, everything happens in little steps. If it doesn't, it could be a problem, and I'll give you scientific proof of that. People that win the lottery, they win big. They go from, they're sleeping on the floor in their mother-in-law's basement apartment. They're broke. They go out and they spend their last dollar on a lottery ticket, and all of a sudden they win $5-10 million, and they're rich, and they're rich. The truth is, when you go back and you look at these instant millionaires, a lot of them wind up going bankrupt. A lot of them wind up losing everything because they didn't take those little steps. They didn't go through all those trials and tribulations and actually prepare themselves for the success. They don't appreciate it. So Jumpstart is little steps. So like I said, no matter where you are on your journey, whether you're starting from scratch and you're 65 like my mom was, or you're 30 and you already have a thriving agency, we want you to join Jumpstart. And yes, hello. So we have Deck, and now we have Marielle. And Marielle is one of our soon to be retired interns. So I want to thank you for your work and your commitment. It's great when somebody commits to something, because when people commit to something, they don't always follow through with it. And Marielle is one of these women that, if you don't know her, you really should connect with her and follow her, like on Facebook, and see what she's doing, because she does post a lot. And I did see your post today, and what she's done. So she's a busy woman. Okay. And what people say is, if you want something done, find somebody that's busy. Because if you're successful, you're busy. Okay, I'm busy. I'm busy all the time. I got more on my plate than I'll ever get done. I'm busy, but what I say is, bring it on. If you have another project, bring it on. You want me to create another course, I'll create it. Because people like Marielle, they find a way. So she's got a thriving practice, and she committed to being an intern, which means 6 months, 20 hours a week without pay. And she did it just for the experience. And she successfully completed. And we have a bunch of former students that have become interns, and we're always bringing on new interns, because it's a great experience for them. They help us, and also, more importantly, we're paying it forward. All of those people like Mario that have become interns go on, and they learn hands on, because I could teach anybody how to do taxes. And I mean that. I mean, I believe I could probably teach a 10-year-old how to do U.S. taxes. They might not actually understand exactly what they're doing, but I could teach them like how to take a balance sheet and a profit and loss statement and put the numbers on there and answer the questions. I wouldn't trust a 10-year-old to do my taxes. I'm not saying that, but I believe I could teach somebody that. You can't teach somebody how to actually deal on a regular basis with another human being. You can prepare them which is what I do in my classes. I try to prepare our students for all the problems that you're gonna encounter. The fact that clients aren't going to respond to your request, that they're going to ask you to do stuff that you can't do because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So learning, from the ground up is invaluable. And Marielle just said, the experience is priceless. And I appreciate that, Marielle. And I know that when I was in college, I did an internship in, they call it the bursar's office. So the bursar is where everybody paid the tuition, and whatever happened financially in the college, it was in the bursar's office. And I'll never forget it. I mean, it was only a 3 or 4 month internship, but I got to see how an actual office works. I got to see all the people, and I had a deeper respect for the process, because now I knew when, I got the tuition bill, I knew where it was going, who was getting it. And I was like, oh, they're waiting for, and I knew who was waiting for me to pay the bill so they could stamp my bill paid. And it's I still remember it today. What was it? 45 years ago. 45 years ago. So thank you, Marielle. The best is yet to come. Thank you for your service. And yes, Dex. So and sometimes I tell people, be careful what you ask for. So Deck is going to be an intern now. And yeah, one of the things that we like about Bedrock, what I like about Bedrock, is we like to enjoy ourselves. So it's not all about business and making money, but we try to make sure that the people that are with Bedrock are actually, number one, in a position to succeed. They're actually being pushed or guided out of their comfort zone, because that's the only way to grow. That's the truth. People go to the gym and it's painful. It hurts, all over your body, sore, but you can't get healthier by just laying around. So people like Deck and Marielle, they always showed up to the classes. They show up to the Jumpstart events. They're proactive. They're proactive. And that's how we structured the Jumpstart community. So it started out as just a simple event. Then it got into a bigger event. Then it created all this excitement and energy. And we're harnessing all of that now. And it's really exciting for me. I wish I could share everything that we have coming up, but we want to make it a surprise. We're going to do it. We're going to launch it. The relaunch of Jumpstart, new and improved Jumpstart, is going to be relaunched officially November 1st. So stand by, folks. It's going to be big. It's going to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. So unfortunately, we had one of our star students who just graduated from the 13-week course, and I was looking forward to interviewing her. Her name is Sapna, and what makes her unique is she is a certified public accountant. Okay. Just like me, I'm a CPA, a certified public accountant. Now, we have CPAs, like Catherine on our team is a CPA. She's a CPA in the Philippines. Sapna is from India. What makes her unique is, I believe in November or December, she passed the CPA exam in, I believe, the state of Wyoming in the United States. So now she passed the CPA exam. Doesn't mean she's a CPA yet, because you still have to get the experience requirement. And I'll segue into this now, where we're doing a free webinar, the overview of how to become a US CPA. So if you have an accounting degree from anywhere, a Bachelor of Science in accounting, could be from a Philippine university, could be from a university in India like Sapna had, you could now qualify to sit for the US CPA exam. But that's not all, folks. They recently put the test, 3 test centers in the Philippines, 2 in Manila and 1 in Cebu. So we're going to do an overview on what that means for Philippine accountants. And then we're going to actually do a 3-day course. We're going to do a deep dive into all of the nuances. Where do you apply? What state should you apply in? What's the test going to be like? So we're going to be preparing future CPAs in the US. Now, if you're a CPA in the Philippines, what I understand is the Philippine CPA exam is actually harder than the US CPA exam. I'm not saying that the US CPA exam is easy. It's not. But I'm just trying to, make a comparison there. So like Catherine has already passed the CPA exam in the Philippines. I don't see any reason why she couldn't pass it in the United States. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here, just to give you a taste of what that means. The starting salary for a US CPA, if you went and got a position with one of the big 4 accounting firms, now not everybody can do that. You have to have credentials. You have to have, a good background. But they are hungry for accountants, like all businesses are in the US. You get a position with them, the starting salary is $60,000. $60,000 a year. I think that computes to like over 3 million pesos a year. So it's a good starting salary, and I want to emphasize that that's starting, and from there you can only go up. And what else does that provide you? You're already employed by a U.S. company, which is a gateway to actually getting a green card if you ever wanted to get a green card and live and work in the United States. I actually don't really recommend that because the cost of living is a lot more in the United States. But if that's what you want to do, the door is open. The door is open for you. So, the sky's the limit, and this is what the Jumpstart community is really all about. Education, upskilling, leveraging cutting edge technology, personal development, and all at how could I say this? Well, there's the free version, and then there's the premium version. Okay, which I'm not going to reveal what exactly that means, but if you want to upskill, if you want to get into the accounting business and you have no experience, we will show you how. I'll show you specifically how I did it with my mom, who was 65 years old. Now, I want to make a point here. She didn't only learn bookkeeping. She didn't only learn how to do payroll. She helped me run my business. She was invaluable, and I felt it when she retired. because when she retired, I had to do everything she was doing. And I can't tell you how many times I was on the phone with her asking her, how did you do this? How did you get them to give you bank statements? How did you, handle this? So she started with no experience at 65 and made herself invaluable. And I believe that if she could do it, you could do it. You can do it. So that's my story. I'm sticking with it. We will be back again next Friday with another student. Maybe we'll have Mariel on to talk about her experience as an intern. Maybe we'll have Deck on to talk about her experience with the Bedrock courses. But that's out of my hands. That I don't pick who we're going to interview, which is a good thing. My team picks them. So that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Over and out, everyone. God bless. Visit Sudoku.com. It's Christmas time here. I don't know if Mom has any Christmas stuff up yet, but you can see what she's got up there. I don't know. If you want something, if you buy something from her, I will personally deliver it to you. I'm going to the United States in December to visit my family. I'll have her ship it to me, and I'll bring it back to the Philippines. So that's my Christmas gift to all of you. All right, over and out. God bless. Have a great weekend. If you're in the Jumpstart community, I hope to see you tomorrow morning. All right. Thank you. Time for net.